Hello my friends, this is our watercolor frog. I've downloaded the picture of the frog onto Documents. So all you got to do is print it out. I have painted the background bluish and purple paint, so you will need blue and purple, a little bit of yellow or white, green, and black. Okay, and I just watercolored my frog green and yellow liquid watercolors. If you don't have that, then you can also get markers and stick them in water, and that will give you a little watercolor, instant watercolor. So what I'm going to do now is take my brush and I'm going to go back to my paint and my background, and I'm just going to make some fun little polka dots on the blue. I'm going to tint it. Remember how we talked about tinting our blue, and I'm simply just going to go and make cute little blue and white dots all over. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. And I'm also going to make little kind of swirls around it. It kind of shows movement. That's kind of what we want to achieve here. We want it to look like he is kind of gliding along in a sweet little happy pond. So we're going to add lines to his little, around his little hands and feet, around the lily pads, all the while making little polka dots along the way. I had a stand and it's not cooperating, so I'm kind of trying to figure out how to do all this. I missed your faces, and I hope you are doing well and staying healthy, and I hope you have a spot in your house that you're just find a peaceful little happy place for you to do all your art. So continue just to get all your little, as many polka dots as you want all around it, making a happy little picture for Earth Day. Twirl around your brush and get those nice polka dots, and we're going to go back and just add a couple little white ones. Now I also have a cup, or a little bottle cap, that I'm going to take this and I'm going to get more white paint, and I'm just going to dip, if you have something kind of like this, like a little bottle cap, and we're going to just put it in the white paint like a little stamper. Get the bottom of it all nice and coated with paint, and you're going to go around and stamp little bubbles on it all around, and you get it as many as you want. And then I'm going to take my paintbrush and stick it in the white again. You kind of add just a couple more little white dots. I really want you to share these pictures with me because I think they're adorable. You are not stuck with this frog, my friends. Challenge yourself. You can print this out and you can do it, but try to figure out how to do it, how I did it. I simply drew the shape, and you know this is a big oval, so you could do an oval. And the belly is just a circle, and you can see I've overlapped. The head overlaps, so you don't draw the whole belly. You go all the way up to the belly, and then his little tummy and his little legs dangling and his arms wee up in the air. He looks like you're in the little pond. He looks like so happy. So you create it how you want to, and that's fine if you want to print out mine, but I would challenge yourself to make your own happy frog and change it up a bit. If you wanted to put a little necklace on them, name them, do something, jazz it up, your style. You don't have to do it just like mine. So I'm going to just continue on with little polka dots. And my last step, washing out my paintbrush, I give it a good little bath, is I'm going to get it in the green and a little bit of the white. And I'm going to just make little polka dots on his belly. I think he needs a little something, mostly green, on his tummy so that it'll show up. Okay, so as I said, print it out, paint it. Hopefully you have some sort of paint. You don't have to use the exact same colors I did. Hopefully you have some sort of watercolors, and I want you during this time, because we've got time now. We've got time to do all sorts of things. Hopefully you're spending good time with your family. My favorite time with my family is when we play games right now. We're just really into card games and all sorts of things. And we wouldn't have the time otherwise because we're so busy with sports and school and everything. So it's been a little blessing. So, and we go on the golf course and just run around and play golf, and it's been very peaceful. So I hope it's been peaceful on your end. Okay, so I'm just making my polka dots. Don't brush your stuff. When you go and do the background, please take a paintbrush, not a very big one. I use this paintbrush, and I move all around. You see how it's got a corner of it? And I know you probably don't have the same paintbrush that I have, but use a paintbrush that you can get in between the toes, okay? It makes the world of a difference when you take your time, you take pride in your art. So now that I got my green polka dotted belly, I am going to just take a little bit of black paint. That watercolor will dry crazy fast. So I just want to make sure that he looks kind of like he is, we've talked about an object and has depth. So I am going to take black, very little bit of black, and I'm going to take a very little paintbrush. And if you want to take a Sharpie for this point, you can. I'm just going to go over the black, the Sharpie part, just to kind of make it show up a little bit more. And I'm also going to give a lily pads a little bit of depth. So I'm just going to go over my Sharpie and go over certain things. So if he's floating, we want to kind of see a shadow. So I'm just going to kind of make certain parts of him outline it black, just to show that it has some depth. And you don't need a lot of black, and if you're comfortable with getting the black on your paintbrush, then do this. If not, then use just a black marker or a Sharpie. You can do that as well. So I'm just going around. And then I want to get the lily pads and kind of make them look like they have depth. Kind of like our polar bear and on the iceberg. Kind of make a little black streak just to make it look like it is 3D. So you want to take your paintbrush, go around just like one side. You don't need a lot of this. Just make it go around one side to look like it's got form. So what we're doing is adding depth to your lily pad to make that shape turn into a form. Kind of like what we did with the robots. Those that you tuned into my robots, we made them into a 3D. Okay, got my lily pad. I'll do this over here. And we'll do it up here. It's kind of hard to get your arm, so I would start at the top and work your way down. Okay, got my black streaks. Gonna kind of go and give a little shadow to my little legs here. Little swoop down. Reapply a little paint. Go to the other leg, just one side of his leg, just to kind of give him a little depth. I'm gonna go and do the same thing with his arm over here. A nice swoop up the arm. And maybe on the side of his eyes. I get so excited when I see frogs out. It is Earth Day, and that's kind of why I've challenged all my classes to do a little Earth Day project. and they just are so cute. I'll have to share with what everybody else is doing since I can't put them sadly up in the hallways. Now I'm going to rinse out my brush, and I'm also going, and you can do this when you have your green paint on your paintbrush, but I'm going to get more green, and I'm going to go around and do the same thing on my lily pads. I'm going to just give it a little line on my lily pads. Again, just to show that it's got roundness to it. And I just love how the lily pad has different values of green going on there. It's like light green, and you see a little touch of yellow. That is true watercolor right there. Let those watercolors swirl around. Okay, I'm kind of happy with my picture. I hope that yours turns out really well. I would love to see it. Please, 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 I'm going to write down my phone number so your parents can text me if they turn out really good. Send me pictures, because I don't always check. I'll be honest, I don't always check the emails and all that kind of stuff. So here's my phone number, and you guys can text me, 704-619-6745. Okay, that is my name. Don't wear it out. So send me some pictures. Send me what you got. Send me you a picture smiling. Doesn't have to be artwork, but please send me what you got. I miss you so incredibly much. And text me if you have any problems, any questions about this project. We combine our elements of art with lines, and which form the shapes, which created our 3D form. And we used color, baby. And we used value, the lightness and darkness of a color, and the bubbles kind of create texture because they look like they might be popping out into the little crazy little pond he's floating in, okay? And it's all about space, because you have to figure out your spacing where you put your lily pads. So get creative, my friends, and get out there and make things. I encourage you. Make, make, make. All right. Love you guys. Stay safe. Bye for now.